Hello guys, in this video I will show you how to use Bootstrap and jQuery in a Spring Boot project. You will learn how to use Bootstrap and jQuery in a Spring Boot project in two different ways. The first way is via CDN or Content Delivery Network, and the second way is self-hosted. The reason that we need to use Bootstrap and jQuery is that Bootstrap is a de facto standard CSS library and jQuery is a de facto standard JavaScript library, both for developing responsive web applications. I will show you how to create a Spring Boot project from scratch with Timeleaf as the template engine, and then how to apply Bootstrap and jQuery for the project. I'm using the following software programs: Java Development Kit JDK and Spring 2 SQL IDE SDS. This is Spring 2 SQL IDE version 4. Now let's create a new Spring Boot project. Go to menu File, New, Spring Starter Project. Enter the project name as My First App and use the default project type, Java version, packaging type, language, group ID is net.code.java, and description, demo using Bootstrap and jQuery. Next, and we use the two starters, Spring Web and Timeleaf, to developing a Spring Boot web application with Timeleaf as a template engine for the view layer, and click Finish. Okay, we have our project got created here. My first app is a Spring Boot project. Open the Maven form.xml file, and you can see the version of Spring Boot we are using is 2.3.1 for release, and we use Java version 1.8. Starters, we use Spring Boot Starter Timeleaf and Spring Boot Starter Web for developing a web application with embedded Tomcat server. This is a very simple project. We don't need to use Spring Boot Starter test, so delete this. And this is a main class entry point to run the application with the annotation Spring Boot application. And we need to delete the source files in the test package because we don't use the unit test. And we put our homepage HTML Timeleaf template inside the templates directory here. So create a new HTML file here, HTML file, next, and enter the file name as index. Finish. Now in the HTML code, we update the title, home page. Inside the body of the document, we create a div section, and this is a heading 1, welcome home. And now let's run this application. To run this application using Spring Boot dashboard here, you can see Spring 2 SQL IDE comes with a very useful view to manage running a Spring Boot application here. Right click and start. Okay, our first Spring Boot application is up and running. Now let's access it in Chrome browser. Here, and head to the default URL for Spring Boot application on localhost, port number 8080. and you can see the message welcome home. Perfect at the beginning, right? And now let me show you how to use Pushup and jQuery via CDN. We will refer to the library files of Bootstrap and jQuery from a content delivery network, so it's very quick and easy and no download files required. But the drawback of this way is that our Spring Boot application will require internet connection, so it cannot be used offline. Now head to the homepage of Bootstrap, getbootstrap.com, and click the download get started button here. And you can see to use Bootstrap, we just copy this HTML code to refer to the file bootstrap.min.css here. So click copy and paste to the head of the HTML document here. Very easy. Just copy and paste, and you can see we read the bootstrap.min.css file from a CDN, bootstrapcdn.com here. And for JavaScript and jQuery, Bootstrap also depends on jQuery, so it provides the code snippet which we can use here. You can see. So copy and paste, very quick and easy. So we use jQuery 3.5.1. The proper JS may not be needed. And then the JavaScript library for bootstrap.min.js. That's it to use Bootstrap and jQuery via CDN. You can see, very simple, quick and easy. Now let's write some code to use CSS style from Bootstrap and JavaScript code using jQuery. We specify a CSS class for this div section as in container, so this document will be responsive, and we declare another div section inside the container. This is for the navigation bar of the menu items using nav, and specify the class navbar dash expand, and another list class navbar dash nav. This class names come from Bootstrap library from the bootstrap.min.css. Now the first menu item is list item. Class is nav-item, and a hyperlink. Class is nav-link. URL home. That's it. Now let's refresh the home page of our application. You see, it doesn't refresh, so we need to add Spring to developer tools here to enable automatically restart and reload whenever we make changes to the code. Spring add dev tools, and wait a moment for the application to restart. Or we need to restart the application manually. Stop and restart. And you can see the thread name become restarted main since we use Spring Boot developer tools. Now we refresh the home page, and you can see the item link home here. We need to make it in a dark background. So we use this style bg background dash dark and navbar dark for the text color, and refresh, and you can see this should be navbar dash expand dash sm. Refresh, and you can see we have the hyperlink home here, a menu item for the navigation bar here. Open developer tools in Chrome to see more tools and developer tools. Open the network tab here and refresh the page, and you can see the browser downloads the CSS and JavaScript files from here. You see from a CDN external website. You see. Now let's update the code to have more menu items. You can see. So copy and paste this from more menu items. This is for users, link users, for customers, and for products, and a menu item for orders. Okay, and refresh the home page, and we have a pretty nice menu items using styles from Bootstrap. You see, Bootstrap is responsive, so you can resize the browser, and you can see the menu items fall through in a vertical. Yeah, you see, depending on the size of the browser screen. You see, responsive. And now let's add a form to have a text field and button, and then I will show you how to use jQuery code. We use a form here, form, which class from Bootstrap is from dash inline to arrange form elements in a single line. Input, type, search, and class is form dash control to display this as a form control. And placeholder is search, and then a button, search. And for this button we can specify the class as btn dash primary. That's it. And refresh, and you see we have the search text field followed by the search button here. Very nice, right? With Bootstrap CSS styles, you can specify a margin for the search button. Refresh, and you see it looks better, right? And add the last section for footer here. Div copyright, copy symbol, my company limited, using the heading tag h5. Okay, save and refresh, and you can see the footer text copyright my company limited, and we can use CSS style to center the text. Class equal text that center. Refresh, and you can see the text is centered. And we can also add some margin here. You can see. Now let's use the query code to handle the click event for the search button here. We assign the ID for the input search here, and ID for the button. ID for the input text here is field keyword, and ID for the button is button search. And now let's use the query here at the end of the document using script tag here, and use the query document for the ready event of the document. New function, and here we write the code to handle the click event of the button search. We use the jQuery and select the syntax dash sap, and followed by the ID of the element button search and the click event. When the button is clicked, this function will be executed. And the parameter name E is for the event, and we get the value of the keyword from the text field. Field keyword var to get the value of the text field, and we use the plain JavaScript statement alert to display a message keyword and plus keyword message to demonstrate the use of jQuery. Save the change and refresh and enter some keyword here. For example, Java Spring Boot, and click search. You can see a simple message display by the browser, keyword Java Spring Boot. Very nice, right? So that's how to use Bootstrap and jQuery. Very quick and easy, convenient via CDN. Next, let me show you how to use self-hosted Bootstrap and jQuery. In this way, we need to download Bootstrap and jQuery files from a website and put into the project. So in this way, no internet is required when running the application. So the Spring Boot application can be used offline. But the drawback is that we need to download the files manually. So let's create a second project. You can copy this one, copy, paste, and enter the project name is as my second app. Copy, and we have the second project here. Let's close the first one. Close. And here we need to delete the code that refers to the Bootstrap CSS and jQuery and JS files, and we need to download manually. And so go to Bootstrap homepage and click the download button here to download download files for Bootstrap version 4.5.0. Okay, so in the folder, and extract here, and inside the Bootstrap directory we copy the CSS file name bootstrap.min.css here, bootstrap.min modified version of bootstrap CSS, copy and paste into the static directory here, or in the resource directory here. Paste, you see, and do the same for the bootstrap JS file, which is bootstrap.min.js here. Copy and paste here, paste, you see, and then we refer to this self-hosted CSS and JS from Bootstrap here. The link around is style sheet, and we should use a time-lived syntax th:/sref, so it will build the correct URL. And we refer to this CSS file here. Press F2 to rename and copy the file. Okay, and paste the file name here. And then for the JavaScript file, script th:/src syntax from Bootstrap. So time-lived we th:/src from time-lived, so it will generate the URL correctly, and we copy the file name here, bootstrap.min.js. That's it. Save the changes and let's start this second application. Start. So in this way, we need to manually download the files of Pushup and jQuery and put the files into the static directory of the project. And so then our application will run without internet connection. Now refresh the home page. You can see it looks similar because we use Bootstrap and the code is the same. Let's open the developer tools here and refresh, and you can see the two files are now downloaded from the localhost. You see, if you type something into the search text field, for example, name, and click the search button, nothing happened and we got error because we haven't used the jQuery library yet. And you can see Bootstrap JavaScript requires jQuery. jQuery must be included before Bootstrap JavaScript. So to use jQuery, we go to jQuery homepage, jQuery homepage here, and click download, and download the compressed version production jQuery here. Right click, save link as, and you can see we download the jQuery.min.js file, so we save into our project directory. Let's see our project directory, SDS project. No, SDS for projects here, my second app here, and src main resource C static here. That's it, and save back to Spring Tools IDE and refresh the project. Refresh, and you will see the JavaScript file for jQuery, jQuery-3.5.1.min.js here. Copy the name, and we use the script tag to refer to that jQuery file thsrc equal. That's it to use jQuery with a hosted jQuery. The JavaScript file is included in the project. And now let's refresh, check the network, and you can see jQuery is now loaded from localhost here. And view the best source, and you can see timelive generated the URL here for static files CSS and JavaScript. And now let's test the search button. JavaScript boot search, and you can see the message dialog appears. Perfect, right? Click OK to dismiss the message. And so far you have learned how to use Bootstrap and jQuery for a Spring Boot project in two different ways. The first way is using CDN with direct references to Bootstrap and jQuery from CDN server. The pros of this way is that it's very quick and easy and no download required, but our Spring Boot application will require the internet and cannot be used offline. And the second way is to use self-hosted Bootstrap and jQuery library. In this way, no internet connection is required, and our Spring Boot application can be used offline, but we need to download the files manually. I hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.